Hey guys, it's your girl Ani. I'm here with a full body workout for you. Movements today are going to be compound movements, so we're going to do lower and upper body for each move. We've got 7 moves. We do everything 2 times through. They're going to be straight sets, so we do the move twice before moving on to the next one. By the end of the workout, we will have targeted the whole body. I am working with 15s, 20s, and 30s, but you do whatever you're comfortable with. Try to challenge yourself, but if you're new to working out, then definitely start out a little lighter and then up it as you start to feel a little bit more comfortable. So we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna do a 5-minute warm-up. And my warm-ups are pretty standard, so once you've done it once, you'll know what is coming up next time. So we're gonna start with high knees. And here you're gonna just draw those knees up towards your chest. You're gonna start to engage through those abs, and that's gonna help bring those knees up just a little bit higher. And you can pump those arms as much as you want. Just get them moving a little bit. We're gonna be warming up the hip flexors here. Just a couple more seconds. Each warm-up move is 30 seconds. In a moment, we're gonna take it to butt kickers, slow butt kickers, and here we go. So I'm drawing my heel right up to my bum, and I'm trying to be quite forceful with it. So what you'll feel here is a stretch through the quad, and you'll feel a little sort of resistance in the hamstrings and the calves. And you want to create some of that tension. You really do want to get that heel up as high as you possibly can. In a moment, we're gonna take it to hip gates, or what I call hip gates. Here we go, so bring that leg up and around. And of course I wobble on that last one, that first one. So a little bit more hip flexor warm up here. We're already also starting to engage through the glute. And this will challenge the balance. If you need to, you can always place a chair here and rest your hand on that, and that will help balance you a little bit. And again, use that core to get that knee up. Give me one more. All right, now we're gonna go into good mornings. So I always put my hands on my chest here. You can place your hands at your ears, at your hips, wherever it feels best for you. You wanna keep a nice flat back. You wanna engage through the glutes and the hamstrings before you bring yourself up. And then little tiny pelvic tilt at the top. Pressure through the whole foot. Give me one more. And now we're gonna sit into our squat. So when you come up out of your squat, you're gonna draw those kneecaps up to engage. And you don't need a big hip thrust at the top, just a little bit. Squeeze the booty. Here you wanna have pressure through the heels. You wanna almost be able to wiggle those toes, and you wanna have a nice upright body. Give me one more. And then we're gonna step back into our reverse lunge. So you're gonna take a nice long step back. You wanna have pressure, again, through the heel of the front leg. And you wanna have some distance between the feet. So as I like to say, you're on train tracks. Your feet are on train tracks, not on a tightrope. Give me one more. And now we're gonna go wide with our legs, and we're gonna do a lateral lunge. We're gonna stay static here. So here, you just come down as deep as you'd like. If you need help coming up out of it, just place your hand on your thigh, and that's the rule for all lunging motions. Just place your hand on your thigh. If you need help coming up, you're gonna have a bit more of a forward hinge here. A couple more here, one more per side. There's one, there's the other. Let's bring those feet back in. We're gonna swimmer our arms. Just get some fluid coursing through those shoulders. Our shoulders are our stabilizers. For every upper body movement, we're gonna switch direction here, just going backwards now. So you wanna have nice warmed up shoulders just to keep everything nice and protected. We're gonna do 3 pulses and a hug for our chest stretch. So we're gonna bring our arms out laterally, 1, 2, 3, and then curl in on yourself. 1, 2, 3, Another curl. Here you're gonna stretch across the chest, the shoulders, the biceps, and there you're gonna stretch across the upper back. And again, you're gonna curl in on yourself, so you're gonna engage through those abs to really sort of round out that back. So you're gonna kind of look like that. One more. And then we're gonna go into our final stretch. We're gonna bring those arms up overhead and then press them back. You're gonna press that wall away, that wall behind you, press it, create that tension. I say that every single class, every single workout. Press, arms up, shoulders down. Give me two more. Here's one, and last one. All right, so we are done our warm up. That was about 5 minutes. So we're gonna get started with our workout. Grab some water first if you need it. We're gonna start with a squat to press. So it's gonna be 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. I'm gonna rack my dumbbells to my shoulders. I'm gonna sit down into my squat and then press them up. So again, 45 on, 15 off. You take your time. If you need longer rest, you take it. Here we go. Racking it, sitting down into our squat, and then really get those dumbbells up there. If you notice, I'm sitting nice and low into my squat, and I'm using that momentum out of my squat to get those arms up. Heart rate is gonna come up here a little bit. Keep that belly pulled in, nice and braced. Drive up off the heels. You've got this. We've got about 15 more seconds. Stay with me, come on. We can do it. Good job. Full range of motion here. 5. Last one. Good job. All right. We've got 15 seconds of rest. Then we're gonna go again. We're gonna go in 5, 3, 2, 1. Second and last round. You know you can do this. You can handle 45 seconds. At the end of the day, that is a drop in the bucket. Come on, use that power, use that energy out of the legs. Stay with me, stay strong. You can get this done. 15. That's it. Exhale as you press. Come on, 5. Finish it up. Woo. And rest. Nicely done. Grab some water. Ooh, my heart rate got up there. All right. So now we're gonna do a reverse lunge to curl. You're gonna have a dumbbell in each hand. You're gonna step back. You're gonna stand and curl. Step back, stand and curl. So don't be afraid to challenge yourself a bit here. You know that you only have the biceps after every reverse lunge, so fewer biceps. Challenge yourself. Here we go. Let's step it back. Stand and curl. Good. You can always alternate those arms. So if you start to get really tired, do one bicep curl at a time. So tailbone comes right down. Don't let it aim for the back wall. Drive up off the heel, off the front foot. 10 seconds. Push it. Come on, dig in here. And rest. Whew. All right, we're gonna go again. Deep breath. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Keep that chest really proud. Now, if you want to go into those glutes a little bit more, then definitely do a bit more of a forward lean. At any point in time, you can eliminate, say, the lunges and just do bicep curls. Alternatively, just lunge, no biceps. Finish this up, 5 seconds. And rest. Woo. All right, grab that water. Not a long break here. We're gonna get that heart rate up. So now we're gonna do a deadlift to a bent over row. So dumbbells in each hand. You're gonna hinge, come up, one deadlift, hinge again, row, one row, back to that deadlift. So if you get confused, that's fine. You can do a row with each one, perfectly fine. Here we go. I've not done 30s in a while on this because I had surgery a while back and I'm still trying to get back into it. So I am gonna stick with my lower weight. That's okay, no ego lifting here. Let's get it going. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna deadlift down. Now this is the strong move. The harder move is that row. So I'm gonna row to that low rib, come back up. My hands are running right along my thighs. Now this is feeling a little too easy. I'm gonna finish out this set and then I'm gonna add on. I don't know where I'm at. I'm talking, I'm not thinking. So I'm gonna try to keep alternating here. This one's a deadlift for sure. All right, engage through those glutes. 5 more seconds. Let's get one of each in here. We may go over a little bit. Yep, just a little bit. That's okay. All right. I'm going to pump it up. I'm going to try to go a little heavier here than I have in a while. When I was recovering from surgery, I was out for about, well, no, not about. I was out for 6 weeks and holy smokes, getting back into it was a little challenging. Okay, we've gone over in our rest, so let's get going again. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hinge it down. Wish me luck here. Hinging it, that's our deadlift. Here's our row. Let's pull it up. There we are. Woo. Just so you guys know, you're encouraging me here too. Okay? Belly is braced. Come on. That whole posterior chain is a strong one. I may have just doubled up on my deadlift. I don't know. Woo. Okay, this one, I think it's just a plain deadlift. Now it's a deadlift row. 5 more seconds. Let's get one more of each. Here's my deadlift. And then here is my row. Awesome job, guys. Good work. All right, let's clean up our weights a little bit. Okay, so another rowing motion here. We're gonna go into a lateral lunge, static, with an upright row. So this is gonna be a right side, left side movement. So the first round is on the right side, second round is on the left. You're gonna take your legs out wide, just like in our warm up. You're gonna have your dumbbell in your hand, left hand. We're gonna lunge to the right. You're gonna lunge down and you're gonna row back up. So 2 rowing motions, okay? So here we go. I had originally planned on doing an upright row, but I feel better doing a bent over row. Let's get going. Find our lunge. Here we go. Let's row it. Good, stay on the same side. Definitely much, much more of that forward hinge. Anytime you're hinging in a lunge, in a squat, get a lot more into that booty. Drive up off the heel here. Let it help you, come on. So what I'll do is I'll get another move in here. So rather than 7, we'll do 8 moves just to get that upright row in there. Last rep and rest. Okay, we've got our 15 seconds, and then we're gonna go right into the other side. So this time, holding in our right hand, we're gonna lunge to the left. 5, 3, 2, 1. Sit it into this heel. Row it. Good. Again, this is a move where I could go a little heavier. Sadly, at home, I don't have my 25s. I have 20s, and then I go right into 30s. So right now, that 30 feels a little too heavy for me to keep really clean reps. And I will always tell you to focus on form over reps, number of reps, or form over heavy, okay? I'd rather you keep that solid form than lift super heavy. And then really just, it gets messy. All right, one more rep. Awesome job. All right, grab that water. Okay, so I'm gonna add on that one move. We're gonna do an upright row. We're gonna flip that grip, and then we're gonna press up to the sky. So, rowing motion, and then a pressing motion. So yes, we'll have gotten shoulders in here a lot today. That's okay, nothing wrong with a little shoulder. Okay, upright row, flip your grip, press it up. Timer is on. Okay, row it up, come on. And then press. And you can always do a little bit of a push press if you want. You get those knees involved. Helps generate a little bit of momentum. Good, you guys are doing great. Make sure that that core is strong. Don't let that low back arch. For the next round, I'm gonna try to go a little heavier. I'm gonna go from my 15s to my 20s. This is feeling a little too easy. You always wanna get to that point where you're on a bit of a struggle bus. The last rep, and rest. All right. So I'm gonna go a little heavier on this round. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Second round. Row it up and out. There we go. Okay. Now I'm cooking with fire. Come on, dig in. Press those babies up. Yes, you've got it. Now I'm holding my dumbbells so my palms are facing forward. You can hold yours in a hammer style when you go to press. 15 seconds. Nicely done, come on. Slowing down, that's okay. Come on, stay with me. And rest. Awesome job. Woo. Okay, now we're gonna take it to the mat, get to the good stuff. So we're gonna do a push-up, and then we're gonna do a T rotation. So I'll show you some options here. So our base move, we're gonna do one push-up. Let me get that dumbbell out of the way in a moment. And then I'm gonna rotate. I'm gonna alternate sides with each push-up. Now what I want you to do, if you struggle with push-ups, you can just hold that plank and then take it to your T rotation. If you don't like being up, you can always drop that knee and then come into that modified side plank. Okay, so that's an option for you. If you want to try that push-up, you can go into a tabletop position. If you're a newbie, then come into your plank and then drop that knee and go into that T rotation. Alternatively, you're in that plank, modified plank. Again, Keeping that knee down and then taking it to that T rotation. All right, we've taken a lot of rest here, so we should be nice and primed. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So I'm gonna rotate, keep that hip up. Now when I push, I'm gonna drive through my palms and my fingertips. And I'm going to keep my elbows at about 45 degrees away from my body. Ten seconds. Almost there. Last rep. Nicely done. All right, we've got 15 seconds. You can go into child's pose if you need to. Ooh. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's work. So this is a tough one. We're going to finish this up. We're going to stay strong. It is only 45 seconds. And remember, you never have to finish where you started. So you can always drop it to those knees. But I want you to try to get out of that comfort zone. Come on. We have 5 seconds. One more rep. Come on. Let's do it. Oh. All right. My last rep was not clean. That's okay. Did the best I could. Now, lucky for us, we get to stay down on the mat. So I'm going to grab my chest press weight. Now, again, I have not done my 30s in a while, so I'm going to just do the best I can. We're going to do a chest press to a glute bridge. Hopefully you can see me down here. So I'm going to drive my hands up and my bum up. Hips are up. Hands and hips come down, up and down. So this is a strong movement. That chest is strong, the glutes are strong. So I want you to really try to power it up. Here we go. Let's get into position. And our timer is on. Oh my goodness, these are heavy today. Woo! But I'm proud of myself for getting back into my 30s. So here, I'm gonna focus again on keeping those arms at 45 degrees away from the body. When I drive up, my hips, I'm gonna drive through my feet. I'm gonna put pressure through the full foot. Whew. Oh my goodness, hopefully I can make it to this 45. And let it rest. Oh, I got to that failure point. Okay, I've got to get my lighter weights here. I don't think I'm gonna manage through 45 seconds of that exercise again. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, drive it up. So again here, I could be going a little bit heavier. I just don't have that middle weight. So I'm gonna just keep really clean and beautiful reps. I'm gonna spend as little time resting as I possibly can. I'm driving up off those heels. As soon as I feel the mat underneath my arms and my back, I send the hips right back up. I send the arms right back up. 15 seconds, not even. Stay with me, come on. We're gonna push this. 5. And rest. Awesome, guys. Come on, you did great. All right, we are nearing the end of our workout. We have one last move. We've got our pullover and our leg lift. So we're gonna incorporate abs and the back. So on this one, you're gonna take a dumbbell. I'll show you first without. Legs are up, arms are up. You're gonna send the dumbbell over the head and you're gonna send the legs down, and then you're gonna crunch back up. You could also do the opposite, so you can send the legs down, legs up, then the arms overhead, the arms up. So you can do it like a pendulum, or you can do legs opening and closing like scissors. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Now some options for you. If you have a really hard time with this, you can bend the knees, okay? Or you can send one foot down and then the other foot down. So those are ways of making this easier. All right, use that breath here. This is our last move. We're gonna do it 2 times through, okay? We're already more than halfway with this. We only have 10 more seconds in this move, in this first round, and rest. All right, so the other thing you can do, just as a quick aside, is you can do a dead bug. So you can drop that heel and the arm, drop the heel and the other arm. So that's also an option for you if you are feeling challenged. Here we go. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The dead bug is an awesome, awesome core move. So I don't ever want you feeling discouraged by taking modifications, using modifications. I don't ever want you to feel discouraged. If you feel like you need to take a longer rest, if you need to use a lighter weight, every single day is just about getting consistent, trying to be a little bit better, and that comes in many, many different forms. Some days getting better just means showing up. Come on. And we're done. Whew. All right, so quick and dirty workout. Excuse me, let's start stretching it out. Actually, I'll stand up. So you guys did great. Let's start first with grabbing the hands behind the back. Just stretching across the chest. And then we're gonna hollow out the core. And here, you've got that little arch in that upper back. Bring one arm across. Now, I'm gonna fly us through the cool down. You take your time, okay? So if you need longer stretching periods, take them. I'm just sort of doing the basics here. Now this is stretching our tricep. Let's get the other shoulder. So bring that arm across. And then tricep. Now ideally you want to hold your stretches for about 30 seconds. Your stretches can be dynamic, meaning that you're moving through the stretch, or they can be static, meaning that you just hold the stretch like this. Your choice. All right, we're gonna do a bicep stretch. So I'm just pulling my hands behind my back a little bit, and you're gonna feel that stretch through the bicep. You can also put your hand against a door frame and then pull against it. All right, let's get into our quad. So if you need to balance, please grab something, you know, a wall, a chair. If you have a buddy next to you, use him or her. And here, when you're doing this stretch, you want to have your knees quite close together. I see a lot of people stretching like that. It's not going to give you the stretch you want. Let's go into the other side. When you're done your workout, this is always a little shaky. Okay, I'm gonna sit down to do my figure 4 in a moment, but before that, I'm gonna do my runner's lunge. So here you can always send that knee down, send the hips forward, or you can have that knee up, and then send the hips forward, whatever feels best for you. And I'm going to switch out legs. And some people like to do this stretch with their hands on their thigh. Whatever, again, feels best for you. I'm going to come back up. I'm going to quickly do a hamstring stretch. So a forward fold, you do not need to have your hands at your toes. You can have your hands on your thighs. Knees, really not ideal, but shins, or then grab those toes. And then let's sit down to get into a figure four. You can do this sitting in a chair. You can do this lying down. I do it sitting up. Sometimes I do it lying down, but today I'm going to do it sitting up. So I've got my one ankle crossed over my other knee. And then the other side. And guys, that is it. Awesome job today. I'll be back with another full body workout for you tomorrow. Have a good one. Drink your water, stay hydrated.